for Numb Butt, or especially for the time when you've been sitting for a long time. So we're gonna start in a cross-legged seated position. Close your eyes, relax, and adjust your face for just breathing with your nose slowly. Feel free to stretch your neck just from side to side. Relax your wrists completely and let your knees fall to the sides. Relax your jaw. And we're gonna start rolling our shoulders. So really squeeze them towards your ears as much as you can. As you will start bringing your breath with your nose to the game. Relax your hands, your fingertips, and let's roll it on the other sides and really squeeze your shoulder blades as much as you can. Really take them towards your ears. Open up your palms and let's take the arms above our head. Take the palms together. Open up and we're gonna twist to one side, just behind you, to your left or right, whatever feels good for you today. Which side you would like to go for the first time. Actively press with your palm towards your knee. Let's take it up, inhale and exhale. Let's take it on the other side. Rotate and twist your spine. So we're warming up the spine in here. Make sure you're giving yourself a nice lovely twist. Take it back to the center and back bend. So really take that chest towards your ceiling. Let go, loosen up that neck and bring it back to the center. Let's take it on one side. So really give yourself a nice lovely stretch to your right and really reach with your hand as far as you can. Make sure that both of your bum cheeks are placed on the mat and take it on the other side. So really give yourself a nice lovely stretch and sensation across your whole side of the body. Let's bring it back to the center and swing yourself into your cat-cow position. So make sure your knees are hip width apart and we're gonna warm up the spine. So look up and look into your belly button. Feel free to press your hips a little bit further and look back up. Really drive your shoulders away from the ears and press actively into the mat. Tuck your tail under and bring it up. Really nice and long neck. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Look into your belly button and bring that breath with your movement. So try to match it up. Relax your feet as well. And let's bring it back to the center. Check your tail, wiggle it from side to side. Just give yourself a nice lovely stretch. We're gonna reach and go into puppy pose. So really give yourself a nice lovely stretch across your whole back. Keep those hips up and drive those shoulder blades away from the ears. Actively press into the mat with both of your hands. Breathe. Let's bring it back to the center. Slowly travel back and give your wrists a little bit of a massage. So we're just gonna twist them backwards and forward. Feel free to sit back down if you want to stretch a little bit more of your biceps. It's quite good if you have hypersensitive joints. And let's bring it into Chaturanga Dandasana on your knees, into Big Cobra, and back to your Child's Pose. So we're gonna do this couple more times. So take your time. We're just bringing that breath to your movement. So take your time, but make sure you're doing it properly. So as you go into Child's Pose, make sure that your elbows are up in the air and windmill. Give me a lovely wave through your vinyasa on your knees, back into your Child's Pose. Observe your breath. Really roll back up. Elbows close to your body, look up. Nice and long neck, press into the mat. Roll yourself back. Make yourself comfy in your Child's Pose. Make sure that it all feels good. Let's stop here for a second. Try not to close your eyes when you're in your child's pose. Make sure that you're nicely focused in here and bring yourself into plank pose. So really drive those heels back. Feel free to walk it off a little bit. Give yourself a nice lovely stretch. Back and forth. That's it. Let's stay here, look down, take a few deep breaths in here, and take your left leg, right leg to the center, forward bend. Walk it off, warm up your hips, bend one knee after another. Let's bring your left hand to the center and drive it to your right. So take your right hand up and look down. Feel free to bend your left knee and look down. So we're twisting our hips. And take your left leg back, big step back, and keep twisting into your lower lunge. Look up. Actively press into the mat with your left palm and step back into your side plank. So we're activating our core in here. Drive your hips up. Look up. Take your palms down, Chaturanga Dandasana, and let's try with upward facing dog. We're nice and warmed up, so take it back into downward facing dog. So our first downward facing dog, take your time, breathe it through. We're trying to aim for leaving our heels back on the mat. If not, just bend your knees generously as much as you need to. Press your palms against the mat. And breathe. Don't close your eyes. Look up. Jump or step to the front of the mat. Forward bend. Again, feel free to walk it off a little bit. If you're feeling stiff, make sure that your bum feels nice and relaxed. Your neck, your head. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So place your right hand in front of you and twist to your left. Actively pull yourself up towards your left hand, your left palm. And twist and rotate. Bend your right knee and feel free to take it. If you want to give yourself a little bit more of a stretch and chest opener, just take your left palm to the inside of your right knee. Take a big step back with your right leg into lower lunge and actively press into the mat with your right palm. Look up. Feel free to grab yourself from the outside of your shorts or leggings, whatever you're wearing at the moment, and just rotate your hips. Look down and take it straight into your vinyasa, upper facing dog or big cobra, and downward facing dog. Let loose your whole head. Press into the mat actively. Press into every single finger on your mat. Don't hurt your wrists. Look up. Jump or step to the front of the mat. Forward bend. Clasp your fingertips underneath. Take them above your head and look down. We're going to take it down straight into humble warrior. So take a big step back into your lower lunge and take your chest down on the inside of your right thigh. So actively keep opening up your chest, clasp your hands, pull those shoulder blades together, and make sure that your knee goes over your ankle. Drive it into your lower lunge. So actively take your hands next to your ears, and we're gonna take it straight into reversed triangle pose. So stretch both of your legs and give yourself a nice lovely stretch backwards. Feel free to support yourself from the back and take it back into your lower lunge. Your knee should be going over your ankle. And take it back down. Step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Take it down, upper facing dog or big cobra. Open up your chest. Match the breath to the movement back to downward facing dog. Relax your lower back. Look back. Keep your eyes nice and wide open. Actively press into the mat with your hands. Look up, jump or step to the front of the mat. Take it down. Loosen up your head, your neck. And let's clasp the hands behind your back. Open up your shoulder blades. Take it down. Look on your big toes. And we're going to take it on the other side. So big step back with your right leg this time. Look down. Open up your chest. And take your chest on the inside of your left leg. Slowly windmill the arms into your lower lunge. Breathe. And let's reverse the triangle pose to the other side. So reach as far as you can with your palm. Look up. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Windmill the arms back into warrior one. No, sorry, lower lunge. Breathe with your nose. Focus. Take it down. Press into the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows close to your body. Upward facing dog or cobra. Look up. Drive it back into your downward facing dog. Breathe. Press your palms against the mat. Make sure you're nice and soft to your elbows. And slowly travel back with your palms towards your feet. Forward bend. Press into your mat and roll yourself back up. Inhale, reach with your palms. Exhale, take them down in front of your chest. And let's go into chair pose. So Utkatasana and straight into eagle pose. So take your left leg around your right one. Twist your palms, make sure your elbows meet in the center. Palms are together and take your elbows down. Really squeeze your thighs together, and the lower you're gonna go, the better the balance you're gonna get. So really take it down and keep your chest nice and up. Breathe and focus. Now this time, let's just take your left knee towards your chest, clasp your hands, and give yourself a nice big stretch. Really squeeze it towards your chest, and take your shoulders down away from the ears. Focus. Relax your ankle. And whenever you're ready, just take it to the back and squeeze your thighs together. So take your knees next to each other and stretch your left thigh. And if you feel like challenged today, feel free to bend over and give yourself a nice big stretch into half split pose with bended knee. So keep holding yourself towards your toes from the back and stack your hips over. Actively press into the mat with your right hand. Focus. Let's bring it all back together. Step back, Chaturanga Dandasana, nice and lovely vinyasa. Look up, and let's meet back in the downward facing dog. Well done. So we're gonna do this one more time on the other side. So catch up with your breath. Make sure you're nice and focused. Look back, don't close your eyes. Bring your breath back to normal. Slowly start stepping back with your hands towards your feet to the back of the mat and slowly rise up. That's it. Let's bring it back on the other side. Take your hands up. Elbows meet on the other side, so try to meet your hands the other way than before, and let's take that right leg around your left leg. So really wrap it around as if it would be like a nice rope, and just take it down. Send your hips back, keep that chest nice and open. Really squeeze your elbows together and your thighs together. This is an excellent posture for your hormone balance, reproductive system. It's all good. Right, let's wrap it up. Open up your chest, bend your right knee and clasp your hands, take it towards your chest. Make sure that your left leg is nice and rock solid. And breathe. Try not to tap and take your right leg back. So keep your right knee nice and bent and take your toe to your bum. Give yourself a nice lovely stretch. Knees are together, so you should feel it in your thigh. And if you feel like challenge, start bending over. So I'm struggling in here already. And breathe. You got it. Perfect. Keep your left hand to the front and don't stop kicking. So stack your hips. And open it up. Let's bring it back into Chaturanga Dandasana, Vinyasa. Take it down, elbows close to your body. And let's take your fruit cat cow into child's pose. Breathe it out. Keep your elbows up. Don't close your eyes. Send yourself back into your puppy pose. Send your left arm, right arm underneath. Just give yourself a nice, lovely stretch. From side to side. And let's sit back into forward bend in your seated position. So make sure you're not going over any pain. Take your knees down to the mat. Make sure that there is no gap whatsoever between your knees and your mat. And let's take it back into your reversed plank. So really drive your hips up towards the ceiling, relax your toes, and really push. Let go of your neck and your head. And let's give yourself a nice lovely stretch. Then from here, we're just going to take that left leg across your right thigh and twist. Take your right elbow on the outside of your left knee and turn. Let's bring it back. Take your left leg up, give yourself a nice lovely stretch. Take it with your right hand and let's bring it back. Let's take it on the other side. Take your right leg across. Give yourself a nice big hug with your left hand and look, rotate to your right. If you want to get a little bit more of a stretch, take your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Look back. And take it back to the center. Give yourself a big stretch with your right leg. Don't collapse in your posture and take it back. Let's open up the legs. Roll your shoulders back and feel free to take it to your elbows to the front. So hip opener. Make sure that your toes are aiming up. Drive your knees outside as much as you can. Look down and breathe it through. Try not to bounce or anything. Make sure that it all feels good. Take it to your left leg. If you can't reach your toe, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure you're getting yourself that nice, lovely stretch that you need. Make sure that your left knee stays as close to the mat as possible and take it on the other side. Open up your chest. And let's bring it back to the center. Take your legs together. We're gonna go into butterfly pose. So clasp your hands underneath your feet. Open up your chest, roll your shoulders back. And really let your hips just go heavy, fall into the sides. Feel free to close your eyes and just observe how your spine feels. Feel free just to swing your legs from side to side. Push your hips a little bit forward. And if you want to, feel free to go into your butterfly pose and take your final vinyasa in your lying position. So feel free to keep your knees fall apart to the sides. If you want to get a little bit of that extra stretch, feel free to take your palms on your inner thighs, close your eyes, and take your breath back to normal. So make sure that how you breathe, you really send everything into your lower belly. You're not holding any air whatsoever at the top of your rib cage or your chest. Make sure that it all travels down properly. And as you exhale, you can feel your spine becoming super heavy. So you can feel that there's literally no gap between your back and your mat. So if this is a little bit uncomfortable, feel free to even stretch your legs if that's going to help you adjust your spine a little bit closer to your mat. Otherwise, make sure that it all feels good. Relax your chest and your shoulders and try not to judge anything, just observe it from above. Make sure that you just monitor what's happening to your body, to your mind, and how you can make that connection between these two folders as smooth and as obvious as possible. Observe your lower back to become super heavy. Let's give yourself a nice big stretch, morning stretch. Bend your knees and take your body on the right side into fetus position. Give yourself a nice big thank you for giving yourself the love and time and dedication to show up today, and just do it. Give yourself a nice fine breather. And whenever you're ready, just press yourself away from the mat and meet me back in the seated position. Here's the smile on the face. Brilliant. Let's bring the hands above the head, take them down to your third eye, to perceive the wisdom, to your lips, to speak the truth, and then down to your heart, to give and receive love. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Namaste, and have an amazing day. Ooh. Bye.